Donna, you are my inspiration. So may the Spirit move through this crowd, and may my words reach your hearts, and may our hearts be ready to do the work of justice. There is a word in the Hebrew scriptures, ruach, which means the breath of life. It is what animates every living being from the moment we cry out for our mother at birth to the moment of our death. When George Floyd had three, and when you see the video, it was not just one, three officers on top of him, one Derek Chauvin with his knee pressed against his neck, George cried out, "I can't breathe." And he cried out, "Mama," one last time. The breath of life is the most beautiful possession that we can never own. It passes to us when we are born, and it passes from us when we die. It is ultimately the source of all life. If we are cut off from it, we die within minutes. That is why lynchings are a particularly despicable part of our nation's history. White people would find reasons, and there are no justifiable reasons, to gather and to commit the violent act of suffocating a black person, a man, a woman, a child, with a rope, with malevolence, and with gravity. Meanwhile, white people gathered for the spectacle, some celebrating and some horrified, but complicit if they returned to silence and normalcy. The last documented lynching in this country was in 1981. But if we are paying attention, if we are awake, we will recognize that this crime has merely morphed. What happened to George Floyd was a modern day lynching. What happened to George Floyd was a modern day lynching by the police. The officer used his weight, his knee, and gravity to steal the breath of life that was given to George by God and by his mama. But you see, now cell phones mean that we are all part of the mob. We have all witnessed the tragedy. We cannot be silent. We must not desire a return to normalcy. The unjust system of mass incarceration normally, regularly disposes of the bodies of black men, women, and children at unequal rates as it was designed to do. Our sacred task, beloveds, is to uphold that breath of life, and our normal is falling short. It must stop. We must turn away from systems that deal in death and towards building new systems that promote life. We must gather and use our breath to say the names of beloveds now gone too soon. We must gather to pray and plan for change. We must not stop at words, though, and in particular, I'm speaking to my white sisters and brothers and siblings and cousins out there. We must not stop at words. We must take actions to make amends and to repair all that white supremacy culture and capitalism deems disposable. Black people, immigrants without papers, the poor. But especially tonight, we name George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. And did you know, most recently on Wednesday night, Tony McDade, a black trans man in Tallahassee, black people killed by police officers. I want to invite everyone in this crowd to unite our hearts in prayer. Breath of life within and without. May we feel your presence flowing through our bodies, our communities, and through all the earth. May we who are gathered remember the human toll of our system of mass incarceration as it continues to discard so much that is worthy. So many beautiful, holy souls. We in New Jersey will not just be onlookers to what happened in Minneapolis. No, we will pay attention to what is happening right now in our state, where a disproportionate number of black and brown residents are incarcerated by our officers. A state with the highest number of people sick with COVID-19, higher than any other state in the nation. We will ask ourselves what must be done or undone in this state to end mass incarceration, to end the careers of police who misuse power, and to imagine and act together to create systems of restoration and systems of justice worthy of the words restoration and justice. We pray finally that life will not return to normal, but rather that we will use the gift of our breath, the gift of our bodies and our minds to act towards the ends that Black Lives